Tonight on Newswatch.
Air Canada Flight 8646, operated by Jazz, collided with the Port Authority aircraft rescue and firefighting vehicle on runway 4.
2 pilots are dead and dozens are injured after a fire truck and plane collided at LaGuardia Airport. Plus,
our food supply is national security.
Food prices are on the rise and consumers could be facing even higher costs due to the war in Iran. And in sports, Ohio softball plays a big home game against the Pitt Panthers tomorrow night. Newswatch starts right now. Good evening, I'm Serenity Prophet and welcome to Newswatch. One runway at New York's LaGuardia Airport is open hours after an Air Canada plane collided with a fire truck while landing Sunday night. The pilot and co-pilot were killed, according to officials, and dozens were injured. Leah Waldman has more.
A deadly collision between a landing plane and a fire truck at New York's LaGuardia Airport late Sunday night. Officials say the 2 pilots died and 41 people were taken to the hospital. Dozens of them have been treated and released.
At approximately 11:40 last night, Air Canada Flight 8646, operated by Jazz, collided with the Port Authority aircraft rescue and firefighting vehicle on runway 4.
Audio from the control tower indicates the fire truck was responding to a separate incident on a United flight and was cleared to cross the landing moments before the collision. Diana Cruz was one of the passengers on that United flight.
And then later we found out that there was actually a crash on the runway, so we were kind of more like shocked that happened.
A passenger aboard the Air Canada flight described the moment of impact and how they escaped.
Everybody was hunkered down and everybody screaming. Pretty quickly, we didn't have any directions because the pilot's cabin had been kind of destroyed. So somebody said, let's get the emergency exit and get the door in. Let's all jump out.
At LaGuardia Airport, I'm Lee Waldman.
Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents arrived at more than a dozen U.S. airports today as Transportation Security Administration officers' call-outs grow amid the ongoing Department of Homeland Security shutdown and checkpoint wait times increase. Karen Kaifa has the latest.
President Donald Trump says it was his idea to send immigration and customs enforcement agents into some of the nation's busiest airports.
ICE was my idea. First person I called was Tom Homan. I said, what do you think? He said, I think it's great.
ICE agents under the direction of Border Czar Tom Homan were deployed to more than a dozen U.S. airports Monday as call-outs and resignations by Transportation Security Administration officers climb amid a stalemate over Homeland Security funding that's left them without pay since mid-February.
I've never seen lines like those before, and those certainly pose security issues for all of those folks involved. And that has to be addressed right away.
Homan said agents would help TSA in areas that don't need their specialized expertise, like screening through X-ray machines.
ICE has a specific, very important mission on its own, and to be taking them off their regular jobs for which they're specifically trained makes very little sense to me.
Travelers have faced unpredictable wait times at busy airports like Chicago's O'Hare.
I decided that I should just make sure that in order to catch my flight, I have to get here at least 3 hours beforehand.
At Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson, passengers were advised to arrive at least 4 hours ahead of departure time Monday.
I know about the news. I knew it would be bad. I came prepared.
And at Houston's Bush Intercontinental, passengers were warned wait times could stretch past 4 hours. Congress is expected to begin a spring recess at the end of this week, potentially leaving the DHS shutdown unresolved until mid-April. In Washington, I'm Karen Kaifa.
Today was a bit chilly compared to the past few days. Let's check in with our forecaster, Rachel, to see what to expect later tonight into tomorrow.
Thanks, Serenity. We are seeing a little bit of clouds rolling in now, just as the storm hitting near Cleveland, heading towards Pittsburgh, is coming into snow. We're seeing a little bit more clouds coming our way, and that's going to pick up a little bit in the next hour or so. We're going to see 42 outside right now, but mostly cloudy skies, and we're seeing some winds picking up from the north, getting stronger by the hour. And now Tonight, we're going to see that low of 28 for us, partly cloudy skies, and it's really going to step into tomorrow as well with that high of 55. Kind of a little bit of a rinse and repeat of today, though. We're going to see mostly sunny skies for tomorrow as well. But taking a look at what our first full week of spring has in store for us, we're going to have a cold start tomorrow as well as a warmer Wednesday in store, being in the 70s and the 60s. But then we're going to see some rain coming up to start this weekend. But for now, we're going to go back to Serenity and we'll find out more in my weather forecast.
Thanks, Rachel. Ohio University professors are back at the negotiation table today. Professors arrived at Baker Center this morning to cheer on the effort as the union hopes to find an end to the ongoing talks with the university. The negotiations started over 7 months ago and have resulted in only 6 of the 23 union demands being agreed by the university. While OU has tentative agreements on the issues like the union's purpose, they have yet to respond on benefits, salary compensation, and employee accommodations, among other things. Negotiators were excited to see the turnout from their colleagues.
It's really gratifying to see our colleagues here early on a Monday morning to cheer us into the session.
The negotiation team bargained with the university from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. today, and the parties will return to the table on April 1st. In addition, both parties are engaged in a prolonged court battle over accused irregularities with the union's funding, a case currently going through the Franklin Court of Common Pleas. No one has been injured after a fire at an auto glass factory near Dayton. Moraine Fire Marshal Doug Hatcher says the blaze began on the roof of a new facility at Fuego Glass America Sunday night. Hatcher says it's unclear if any chemicals inside are affected and says the wind and lightning made it harder to battle the blaze. Coming up, farmers are saying food prices could continue to increase due to the war in Iran. And it's National Puppy Day, but the cost of raising a man's best friend is on the rise. How you can navigate the high cost of pet ownership.
And we are staying dry right now in southeastern Ohio. I'll let you know when it's going to rain next after the break.
Come on, man. It's like 2 syllables, 1 word.
Yeah. Howdy. For the benefit of those who tuned in late, Minnie Pearl's the one with the head on.
It's a small club of people who have alter egos.
She was smart. She was classy woman and funny.
Tonight at 10 on WOUB.
I'm a young person who found Martha Graham and fell in love with it.
Dancing appears glamorous, easy, but the path is not easier than any other.
Martha Graham, a woman of great mystery and talent.
To be a Graham dancer is a beautiful thing.
Friday at 9 on WOUB.
The cost to buy groceries continues to go up, and consumers could be faced with even higher costs because of the war in Iran. Jen Sullivan has more.
Grocery bills continue to rise. A family of 4 now spends between $1,000 to $1,600 on food every month, according to the U.S. Department of Agriculture. And farmers say those prices could go even higher. They're facing surging costs that will likely be passed on to consumers.
Our food supply is national security.
Kevin Maynard is a soybean and corn farmer in Missouri. He's been farming since 1982. Soybeans are used in a variety of products like animal feed, food, and bio.
We can plan and we can make the best decisions that we can, but it's all subject to Mother Nature and the cost of inputs.
By inputs, he means things like labor, machines, seeds, and fertilizer. The war with Iran has caused vast disruption to the world's oil supply. Most fertilizer is made from products from the energy industry, so So as oil and natural gas prices rise, so does the price farmers pay for the necessary ingredient in their crop cycle.
I'm worried because most farmers have taken equity out of their farms for the last 2 years to just be able to keep going.
And now is the time farmers like Maynard are getting everything ready that they need for spring planting season.
We made a budget to put in a crop, and overnight we saw the production of that crop increase by about $53 an acre.
They're also facing surging gas prices. Most farm equipment takes diesel, which is averaging over $5 a gallon nationally, up 42% from a month ago. The American Farm Bureau Federation sent a letter to the White House recently urging the Trump administration to take immediate action and warned food prices could go back to 2022 levels when inflation reached 40-year highs. And farmers like Maynard will be forced to make tough decisions.
We just can't go any further, and that's the sad part.
Maynard says many farmers will raise their prices, and that could mean higher prices at the grocery store. For Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
You know, this weekend it was super nice. I saw a lot of people uptown Athens and all around taking a walk. I mean, are we expected to continue to see those?
Yeah, we are. Today and tomorrow probably wasn't as warm as we would have liked it to have been, even though it felt more like summer. In the first few days of spring, it's a little unlikely, but we're going to stay a little bit chilly for tonight and tomorrow, and then we're going to be in the 60s and 70s later this week. But we're going to take a look at College Green right now, looking nice and dry. We're going to start to see some of those trees starting to bloom a little bit on these branches, but it's staying dry and quiet for College Green. But it's reflecting what we're seeing on the radar as well, and that's not much for southeastern Ohio. We're seeing a little bit of snow to the north of us here. Not our issue necessarily. We're going to keep an eye on this rain that we're seeing out near Iowa and Missouri right now. But that's going to affect us later this week. No need to worry about that today. But just over 24 hours ago, we were in the 80s. And overnight, we reached around 40 to 39 for our low yesterday. And now we're sitting at around 44 to 45 right now. So 84 for around this time tomorrow is kind of significant, especially when our high today was 48. Very big difference compared from today to tomorrow, with mostly cloudy skies as well. We're going to see a little bit more clouds coming in tonight as well, though. Staying on the partly cloudy side, though, with that low of 28 for us, though. Tomorrow, though, it's going to be a little bit like today, though, with the high of 55, just a little bit on the warmer side. But tomorrow morning is really going to start out chilly, though. Mostly sunny skies, though, but just keep that jacket around. Not necessarily rain jacket. No need to worry about that necessarily. But we will be needing a little bit of jacket as we're going out our morning time commutes, though. The reason why we don't need that rain jacket is from this high pressure system. By 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, we're going to start off on a nicer note. It's going to feel more like the 40s when you're waking up, going about your morning time commutes, but we will be seeing some sunnier weather to start off our Tuesday. By 7 p.m. tomorrow, this high pressure system is going to move just south of us, and that's going to hit around Columbus and Steubenville, Ohio. That's going to stay there for the majority of tomorrow night and even tomorrow morning as well. I mean, the high pressure system is really going to stay just near southeastern Ohio and West Virginia as well. We're going to keep a close eye at this, though, as this will help bring in some nicer and warmer weather for Wednesday as well. So by 7 a.m., this high pressure system is just going to stick around, and that's going to move across or closer to Virginia, and that's going to set us up for some storms as well coming through Thursday morning. But by Wednesday night, we're going to keep a closer look at this warm front passing through us. That's going to help bring us this nicer weather closer to the 60s and even 70s as we're heading into the weekend. Look at that, 77 for Thursday. It's just going to be on the rainier side to start off our weekend. But high of 55 tomorrow. We're going to see lots of sunshine for our Tuesday, but then for Wednesday, we're going to start to see a high of 66, clouds rolling in, and then we're going to see some rain starting off Friday as well with that high of 53. It's going to be a little bit on the chillier side to start this weekend with mostly sunny skies on Saturday, though. No need to worry about the rain for the rest of this weekend for Saturday or Sunday as well. Just going to be on the cloudier side heading into next week. But we're going to see some warmer weather ahead. Just might want to bring that rain jacket and umbrella around to start off our weekend.
Thanks, Rachel. It's National Puppy Day, celebrated every year to honor the love puppies bring into our lives. It's a day to pamper our dogs, support shelters, and promote proper care. And like all things these days, the cost of pet ownership is rising. Michael Yoshida has more on how to navigate these costs.
A puppy love reality check.
Getting a puppy is indisputably one of the most joyous things in the world, but it also comes with a complex financial commitment.
Veterinarian Rebecca Greenstein says for many, pet needs and costs are no longer discretionary, but essential, and often a 10-plus year commitment, including food, dog walkers and sitters, training, grooming, and veterinary care. Costs which Greenstein says people grossly underestimate.
Sort of a perfect storm of tariffs plus inflation plus the humanization of our pets.
A recent report from Rover found average lifetime care for a 10-year-old dog costs about $35,000. Federal data also shows pet and food service costs rose sharply since 2019. But there are things pup parents can do to make it a little less rough on their wallets. Have pet insurance. Greenstein says what used to be a luxury is now a bare necessity and can help with unexpected big veterinary costs. Shop around for best options for you and your dog. Also, don't ignore routine care like vaccines and parasite prevention, and invest in training to stop dangerous behaviors like running across the street or eating things that are harmful.
Those types of things are so often overlooked, but they will save you tremendously over the lifetime of a pet.
Dog trainer and author Kathy Callahan says developing a good relationship with a vet can help too.
We are partners in the care of this animal. The more you trust your vet partner in this, the more you're going to be able to come up with some solutions.
In Washington, Michael Yoshida.
It's been called mom brain, cognitive changes that happen after a woman gives birth. And while having symptoms like forgetfulness can be a struggle, one expert says this postpartum period isn't all bad. Mandy Gaither explains why doctors say mom brain can be a superpower and tips on how to get through the hard parts of it.
It can be both the best and hardest time of your life. Becoming a parent means more responsibility and less sleep. It can take time for your brain to adjust.
Mom brain has gotten a bad rap over the years.
Dr. Tamar Gore with the Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center says mom brain can happen when there's a major transition becoming a parent, where you're juggling lots of new challenges like time management, mental fog, reduced focus, forgetfulness, and staying socially connected, all while functioning through severe sleep deprivation and hormonal shifts. Gore says during this time, the brain is changing.
It's actually just a really intentional growth in certain parts of your brain and a restructuring. And so just like when your house gets renovated, you have to put up with some dust and bother, but it's for long-term good.
Getting through mom brain struggles in the short term starts with recognizing what's happening, reframing your mindset, knowing that when you forget something or can't focus, there's a reason why, and it's okay. Next, take care of you.
You can't pour from an empty cup, and so it's really important that you're keeping your batteries filled as best you can.
Gore says that means prioritizing sleep when it's possible, eating healthy, exercising, showering and getting dressed every day, and going outside for fresh air and sunlight.
It's really just one part of what makes women Wonder Women and really makes them take on a lot of new tasks in their lives.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Next in sports, Ohio baseball secured their first back-to-back wins against Bowling Green this weekend. Plus, Ohio softball had an exciting home opener against Northern Illinois. Stick around just to see how they got it done, and more coming up next.
Uncool the midwife.
Must be rather fun being pregnant at the same time as your sister-in-law.
2 more for the clan. I haven't forgotten our conversation.
Nor have I.
I couldn't believe it when my mother said she and my father were coming to visit.
You see why I love Nonata's hat?
Oh, yes, it's very quaint.
And what about Cyril?
I can't do it. Yes, you can. And we will help you.
Sunday at 8 on WOUB.
On Masterpiece.
I would like to think of myself as more than a friend.
My mother thinks this is the place to meet the right people.
Would I fall into that category?
A matter has come to my attention. I'm not quite sure how to manage it. Why have you come?
Honestly, I don't know.
No one need know. It would be catastrophic.
The Forsyths.
on Masterpiece.
Sunday at 9 on WOUB.
I would love you however, whatever, whenever.
Nothing compares to first love.
I believe I am my best self when I'm with you.
Mercedes, I'll come back for you!
I've been waiting and then...
Can I kiss you? Because I need to. I cannot imagine a life without you.
Love conquers all.
Hey, it's your old car here. Remember me? Remember us? You barely even turn me on anymore. It's clear you don't need me, but that's perfectly fine, my friend, because you can choose to give this old car new purpose and donate. Vehicles like me can bring significant funds to public television. So call or donate online. Donating a vehicle is easy, the pickup is free, and your gift is tax-deductible.
Welcome back to Newswatch with the latest in sports. I'm Ella Hughes. The NCAA Wrestling Championships finished up this weekend with Bobcat wrestlers Sal Perrine and Zane Lehman's seasons coming to an end. However, there was plenty of Bobcat baseball this weekend with Ohio playing 3 games against the Bowling Green Falcons, with each team looking for a big win. The Bobcats would be shut down against the Falcons on Friday, extending their losing streak to a season-long 8 games. But Ohio would come back stronger in their game Saturday, defeating the Falcons 8-5. Their momentum would continue into their third and final game yesterday when they had yet another dominant performance, walking away with a 7-3 victory. With 2 wins against the Falcons, the Bobcats would win their first series of the season. The Bobcats will look to extend their winning streak beyond 2 games for the first time this year. Ohio will travel to Muncie, Indiana this Friday to take on conference opponent Ball State. The Cardinals are 7-2 in MAC play and currently sit second place behind Kent State. Now over to Ohio softball, who closed their opening weekend with a doubleheader against Northern Illinois on Saturday, and the Bobcats were looking to continue their momentum from Friday's win. Mikey Leaving was on the mound for the Bobcats in their first of 2 games against the NIU Huskies. The first 2 innings were scoreless, but Ohio would strike first in the bottom of the third with a Bell Hummel RBI, giving the Bobcats a 1-0 lead. The Bobcat lead wouldn't last long as the Huskies would pounce on their next opportunity. Top of the 4th, and Kayla Estrada would hit a 3-run homer to give NIU the lead. Ohio would struggle to get anything going in the last 3 innings and would ultimately fall in this matchup 3-1. The Bobcats were hoping for their offense to heat up in their second game of the doubleheader, and the Huskies would cross home first, in courtesy of Danielle Stewart, giving NIU the early lead. But it was all Ohio after that, and they would go on to score 5 runs in the bottom of the first. The scoring didn't slow down, and the Bobcats would continue to extend their lead with another big run inning in the third. Skip Miller would pitch all 5 for Ohio, shutting down the Huskies after allowing 1 run, coming out with her 10th win of the season. The Bobcats will play a big opponent in the Pitt Panthers tomorrow night at 5. This is a true test to Ohio's skill after they dominated NIU on Saturday in the second game of the doubleheader. The Panthers are pretty evenly matched with Ohio in pitching and in their overall records. The Bobcats will need to rely on their offense to come out on top of this matchup. And there's exciting Ohio football announcements to look forward to tomorrow morning. The Bobcats' remaining 8 MAC games will be announced at 11 a.m., so keep an eye out to see when they will take on their rival Miami, as well as they will be playing new MAC member Sacramento State. That's all for sports tonight.
Take a look at what tonight's weather has in store, as well as your first full week of spring after the break.
Newswatch will turn after the break, but until then, here's a look at what's coming up tonight on your public television station.
The mission of Operation Epic Fury is laser-focused.
We will ensure that Iran does not obtain a nuclear weapon.
Months after declaring Iran's nuclear program obliterated,
a joint attack on Iran by the United States and Israel.
With the regime under siege again, an expanded investigation into the strikes on Iran.
What's your message to the Trump administration if there are more attacks?
Premieres Tuesday, March 31st, 10/9 Central, only on PBS.
This is a story that's going to lead to some hard questions.
I'm in. No longer do they have to go to the casino. They got one in their pocket.
We don't want to profit on the backs of problem gamblers.
Brother, please.
That is so asinine.
It's everywhere 24 hours a day.
I think we should stop calling it prediction markets. It's sports gambling.
Red flag, red flag.
Tuesday at 9 on WOUB.
The Ohio Art Corridor is a destination experience. We would like this to be the largest outdoor art gallery in the world.
Portsmouth was able to field an incredible team for a brief moment in the sun that almost was sweet enough to get them a national championship.
We got land granted to us in Ohio. Great opportunity. Let's go. How would you know you got here? It was just sheer determination and patience and just hard, back-breaking work.
The bridge was acclaimed at the time of being an engineering marvel.
Progress is all about taking the lessons of the past and doing better. So I would hope that now that we know better, we will do better.
Well, you know, spring kicked off really strong. I mean, yesterday it almost hit 90 degrees. I mean, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, I know there were a lot of families enjoying the warm weather at Stroud's, playing in the river, just soaking up all of the sun that they can before the end of this week.
Yeah, I was at Stroud's yesterday, and the water was actually freezing. It was almost like taking a polar plunge or an ice bath. That was how cold it was, and that's kind of similar to what we're seeing for tonight. We're seeing our low tonight is at 28 with partly cloudy skies, but heading into tomorrow, though, we're going to be seeing a high of 55 for us. Clouds are going to start to roll in overnight Tuesday into Wednesday. We're going to see that high of 66 for the middle of the week, and that's going to set us up nicely for some showers to come through for Thursday and Friday as well. Notice that warm up that we're seeing in the next few days here from 55 to 77. That's a nice warm up we're having for the first full week of spring, as the spring equinox was Friday and our weather has been, well, Ohio weather, to put it in some terms. We've been seeing a mix of weather, and now we're going to finally be above 55 for most of the rest of this week and for the start of spring as well. Heading into April, it's looking more like the 50s, and that's what we're seeing for this weekend as well. After the rain has passed through for Friday, we're going to see temperatures going to dip down a little bit into the mid-50s for Saturday, but sunshine's going to return for our weekend, and we're going to start to see a little bit of an uptick in temperatures for the start of next week. Partly sunny skies for Sunday and fully overcast for Monday, supporting some rain that we might be seeing for the start of next week, but nothing to worry about from here now. We're just going to see a little bit of rain coming through for the start of this weekend, a little bit of sunshine poking through in the next few days, and a lot of sunshine to come through next week.
That does it for our broadcast this evening. Thanks for watching. For Ella and Rachel, I'm Serenity Prophet.